Hey, what is up? It's your boy Adi. Today we are kicking off another series called Event Breakdown. In this series, we are gonna cover the major projects of major events like PlayStation events, Xbox events, Microsoft event, and so on and so forth. Today we are tackling the recent PlayStation Showcase event. So, without wasting any more time, let the event breakdown begin. PlayStation event has given us a lot to talk about, like Spider-Man sequel, Wolverine, Uncharted PC and PS5 remaster, StarWars, God of War Ragnarok, and much more. We are talking about 10 of the major projects. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Tiny Tina's Wonderland was one of the several games rumored to exist over at 2K Games. It made its first appearance during E3, but all fans knew was that it was a fantasy version of Borderlands. It had no release date or gameplay until the Sony PlayStation Showcase. Set to a frustratingly catchy body metal song, Tiny Tina's Wonderland showed the players slying spells and shooting guns as they massacre their way through the forces of the Dragon Lord. Fans looking for this won't have to wait too long as it releases March 25th.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Ghostwire Tokyo. Tango Software's new thriller title Ghostwire Tokyo made its first appearance in 2019 alongside Deathloop. Unfortunately, both titles ran into some troubles when they weren't able to make their dates, but both now seem to be on their way. In Ghostwire's case, they introduced new character Hanya, a man responsible for releasing fog that takes out most of Tokyo's population. In what remains, Hanya takes over Tokyo with his army of faceless, with the main character Akito left with no choice but to stand against him. Forspoken. Forspoken is about a young girl named Frey, a street-smart New Yorker who finds herself transported to the world of Ethia. There, she gains magical powers along with a new friend in Sentient Bracelet. Much of this had been known before, but here fans finally got a look at the game's world and Frey's goals in Ethia, where she is fighting a group of powerful rulers known as Tanta. Written by Annie Haig and Gary Whitta, Forspoken appears to be a different way of approaching JRPGs, one that merges both Eastern and Western talent together.
Nice.
समझ रहे हैं ना आप?
लेकिन सुन के अच्छा लगा.
Project Eve. Sadly, this isn't a new Parasite Eve. After making an appearance as a current gen project a few years ago, Project Eve reappeared for the first time at the PlayStation Showcase. Now there's finally a look at combat for the shift of title. Project Eve takes place in the distant future, where mankind is forced to give up Earth after a group of aliens called natives attack. The only chance to recover Earth is through Eve, a paratrooper sent from the colony to help reclaim the planet. This project looks to have the kind of intense action that fans of character-based action games like Bayonetta would be looking for.
देखो, चले एक काम कर 200 रुपए दे और 50 रुपए काट ओवर एक्टिंग की वजह से
Uncharted: The Legacy of Thieves. Sony's turn to putting games on PC is relatively new, but they seem to be serious about bringing older games to PC. This new remastered bundle will bring Uncharted: A Thief's End and the underrated Uncharted: The Lost Legacy to PlayStation 5 as well as PC. Gran Turismo 7. Though it can be debated that Forza has taken the place of Gran Turismo as the premier racing simulator franchise, it's still a legendary series.
I'm not interested यार, मुझे सुनना ही नहीं है.
And it's finally making its return. Polyphony Digital opened with a hype track from the Gran Turismo 4 soundtrack before showing off the upcoming sequel again for the first time in a while. The game brings back the beloved GT campaign along with hundreds of cars for the players to hop behind the wheel of. Let me be frank, I'm not a Star Wars person, so don't judge me on that.
貴様の拳など顔どにも効かんわい。お前はもう死んでいる。何？
The next game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. People have been begging for a remake or a return of this series for years now, and it appears someone is finally going to do something about it. There had been some minor rumors about Esper Media developing a remake of this classic title dating back to February, but there wasn't any confirmation, just the knowledge that they were working on a AAA title with a budget of $70 million. Perhaps most surprising is that Knights of the Old Republic is being rebuilt from the ground up and exclusively for PS5 and PC, because it's being published by Sony and they love money. They just love money and they're greedy, obviously.
पैसा ही पैसा होगा.
Wolverine. Man, oh man, nobody freaking expected a Wolverine game from Insomniac. They're just on another level, man. Insomniac is on steroids. They're just producing one after another banger. The 2018 Spider-Man was spot on. The swinging was, everything was just insane. And now they're doing Spider-Man 2. They recently released Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Now they're showing Wolverine, man. Where am I gonna go with this amount of joy? Longtime Wolverine fans will finally get their opportunity to see Logan return to consoles with Insomniac's new title. This was easily the biggest surprise of the Sony PlayStation showcase. Yes, there were another games that people are as excited for, but this was something no one with their right mind saw coming. Compare that to games everyone knew about like God of War 2, and this blew everyone miles away. This title didn't even leak. They must be paying their employees good shit, man. The only downside about Wolverine is that it's easily 3 years away minimum. The next game, we never in our right minds expected this early. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was an inevitability, but it was still surprising to see footage of it already. Insomniac is just off releasing Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and yet it seems like they are not taking any such kind of breaks. Man, oh man, they are just such hardworking people and passionate too. They are introducing a world where Peter and Miles will be working together to take one of Spider-Man's most dangerous villains in Venom. Surprisingly, the game remains a single-player title despite the inclusion of 2 Spider-Man characters this time around. God of War Ragnarok. It unveils a new world for Kratos and his son Atreus to explore. With Midgard starring Fimbulwinter in the face, Kratos and Atreus are about to go on yet another quest in hopes of discovering a way to save 9 realms. God of War Ragnarok looks bigger and more beautiful, with players getting access to all 9 realms. This time around, the developers confirmed that Valheim, Svartalheim and Asgard will all be available this time. The game looks like the sort of epic adventure that should be finishing off this beloved story. The developers already confirmed that this is the last game in Norse mythology. Conclusion: this event was truly a banger for everyone. This event gave us Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, God of War Ragnarok trailer. I am heavily excited for these projects, to play this project. Although I don't have PS5 because I'm poor, because you guys are not subscribing and liking and watching all my videos and not sharing also, because you guys are lazy. So do something about it. Haven't you yet subscribed? Just press the subscribe button, man. It helps me a lot. And drop a like if you like this video, please. And share also if you are not lazy, obviously. And freak off, go to hell. I am coming to meet you there. Certainly we'll meet in hell. Adios, sayonara, arigato gozaimasu for watching. Arigato, arigato, arigato.